What's up, everybody? It's me, Danny, and the first thing you may be wondering is, holy shit, is this the ban list? Yes, it is the ban list, just not the updated one. Today I'm going to be doing a sort of ban list prediction video. I know a lot of people do these around this time. I've never done a ban list prediction video before, so this will be my first time actually doing one. Now, I'm not going to be discussing what should get hit on the list. I'll be saving that for another time. I'm going to be doing what I want to come off the list. So let's get right into it. Now, for the sake of being like, I understand like the way that the meta is set up right now, it could literally change any day since now we're in September, even though the article did say, the Konami blog article said that we're getting the ban list mid-September, but I'm not going to base these changes off of the meta currently. I'm basing these off of what's to come. So basically for Circuit Break and I guess the new structure deck with Tri-Gate Wizard and Bino Sorceress. So the first thing at the top of the list we see that is banned is towers. Now, as a previous avid Clee player, I would love to see towers come back, but not at 3. I would actually like towers to come back to 1. Why? There's so many ways to get over it. There's so many ways to play around it. There's just too much right now that towers is not an issue, especially in Link format. Like you'd bring out towers the one time, right? You can't sit on towers all game with no triple vanities and no triple skill drain. Like, yeah, there's back row that you could use like to protect towers, but the way that like Clees are now, they can definitely not play in Link era. So towers coming back to 1, I can definitely see it. It won't be an issue. It won't be like, oh my god, the Clees are back. Like, no, towers to 1, I would like to see that happen. The Dragon Rulers, please stay banned. I do not want to see the Dragon Rulers come back at all. But if I had to specifically choose one ruler to come back, it would definitely be Blaster. I feel like Blaster is the weakest out of all the Dragon Rulers. I understand you could just throw it in a Lightsworn deck, that especially now that Lightsworns have easy access to Minerva, but I feel like I said, he's the weakest of the rulers. I do not like his effect. It's not like literally compared to the other Dragon Rulers, his effect has to be the worst one possible. Like I don't see Blaster becoming an issue if he does come off the list at 1. But Redox, Tempest, Title, they can all stay banned. The Jars, they can stay banned. Cyberstein, I guess now that Norden is gone, because if I was to play Cyberstein with Norden around, like if Norden was around now, Cyberstein is an instant deco talker. Well, of course if you have a monster in the graveyard, but that would be an instant deco talker. But with Norden gone, I don't really see Cyberstein being that much of an issue, so I can see Cyberstein coming off the list. Disc Commander, please stay banned. That card, it says draw 2, and Konami doesn't like draw 2 cards except for Desires, or unless it has Draco in the name. Jin can stay banned. Of course, generic, free my man Stratos, he has to come off the list. I would love to see Stratos off the list because like he's just been banned for so long and he's not doing anything. Like even in OCG they have Stratos and he's not doing anything, so why can't we have Stratos finally? Like, I'm pretty sure Stratos came off the list, Heroes wouldn't even top. Not even one regional, they would not even top. Maybe they'll top a locals, but nah, not regionals. Or YCS for that matter. Like, just bring back Stratos, Konami. Stop playing games. I feel like with the release of Master Boy, Fishborg Blaster needs to stay banned because he does way too much for Mermels. Magical Scientist, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'll probably just say keep it banned. Kieran, I understand, like for those who don't know, I love Kieran. Like I love Kieran to death. That was my horse. That was my main man's when playing Metaphors and Pendulum Magician. But I honestly feel Kieran needs to stay banned for just a little bit longer until we see more of what Link has to offer for us. Because Kieran being able to disrupt Link plays is obscene. And the fact that you can just keep recurring Kieran out of the extra deck, like you could literally dedicate your extra monster zone to Kieran. Kieran will just free up the extra monster zone. You'll be able to, like for instance, what's it called? You'll be able to make an extra monster extra deck monster in the extra monster zone, and then you can like normal summon the Kieran. So Kieran can literally go from extra deck to extra monster zone to hand to main monster zone. Like Kieran should definitely stay banned until we see more of what Link has to offer to us. It's just too good still, unfortunately. RP Kieran. Makuria, the Destructor. I don't really know too much about that card or what it could potentially do, so I'm just gonna be skipping over cards that I have no type of knowledge of and what I'm ignorant to, unfortunately. Damage Juggler. I would definitely want Damage Juggler to come back, maybe to 2, 3. As long as I guess Plush Fire is still in check, Damage Juggler can come back, and vice versa. If Plush Fire comes off the list, then I guess you just can't have both. You have to pick one or the other. That's what it comes down to. And if me personally, if I had to pick one, it would definitely be Plush Fire, because Plush Fire is Link fodder. Like, the hell? Monkey Board has to stay banned. Has to stay banned, unfortunately. Like I said, Redox. Sure, please bring that Cross back. I feel like there will be a nice resurgence of players to come back and play Necros once again. Like, I feel like that whole format of like Duelist Alliance up until like Dimension of Chaos, not even Dimension of Chaos, like Clash of Rebellion. Like once like Cosmos started coming into the mix, that's when like a lot of stuff just like became less fun, because that's when we got, like I said, the Cosmos, we got the Magispectors, we got the Ignites, we got the Perform Mages. So I would love to see that format of Duelist Alliance up until Clash of Rebellion come back again, because that was just a really fun time in Yu-Gi-Oh! And it could potentially begin with Shirt coming off the list. Substitute, I don't know too much about that. Tyrant Neptune, that could, I guess, still stay banned because of the little FTK that no one would probably use. Tribe Infecting Virus could definitely come off the list. I don't see its effect being like that good as it used to be. Like, it could definitely just come off the list. Yada can come back off the list too, because Yada's not even that good, and which is a Black Forest too. Almost skipped over that. Construct, please bring back Construct. Construct is not doing anything right now at all. Like, well, actually, of course, it's not doing anything because it's banned, but it wouldn't do anything if it came off the list. First of all, Shaddolls are obviously a fusion-based deck. You would need to dedicate your extra monster zone to either Construct or a Link play. And you can't have both of those, or even Windup if you wanted to go that far. Bring back Construct, please. Shaddolls is not a Link deck until it gets the Subterra Link monster. And if they want to promote that, then please put Construct back to even 1. 1 would be fine, or 2, or just put it at 3. Like, stupid ass Konami. Norden, stay banned, please. Exiton can come back to 1. It's been long overdue. Laval Chain could definitely stay banned. Same with Shockmaster, and I guess, well, Ptolemaios could probably come off the list, because I feel as though there's just so many other things you'd want to do over making this Teller Knight that leads you into a Pleiades or an Infinity. Like, I feel like there's just way better options nowadays. So, like, Ptolemaios can have to come off the list. Zen Mighty can also come off the list, but I guess if you're gonna bring Zen Mighty off the list, then you should probably hit Wind Up Hunter just for like to get rid of the hand loop. All I know is Zen Mighty and Hunter created a hand loop. I don't know how many extra deck monsters you need for this loop in particular, but if it takes more than 1, then I guess you can bring both of them back, seeing as though you'd have to make a Link monster first and then go into the hand loop play. So for spells, all those can definitely stay banned that I'm looking at right now. Gateway of the Six, I have a feeling this will definitely come off the list. I personally don't want it to come off the list because I think Gateway is just really too powerful even now, like in Link era. But I think Konami will definitely put Gateway off of the list to push the Spirit Warriors pack that we're getting with the Magical Musketeers, the Weather Painters, and the new Shadow 6 Samurais. Giant Trune can stay banned, Great Trader can stay banned. Feather Duster, just bring it back already. Put it at 1. I would probably say the same thing with Heavy Storm as well, because we're still in this meta of set multiple back rows, pass and have fun. Like, that's not fun. That's just dumb and degenerate. Like, we need something to balance out that type of just BS. So I feel like bringing back Feather Duster or Heavy Storm would be the right call. Kaiser Coliseum, I have no idea if that card could even come off the list. I never thought of it as being too broken. I used to play it in Cosmos, but I don't think it would be a problem nowadays. I guess it kind of will, since Draco is still a thing, but I think if Draco would get hit to a certain degree, then it could definitely come off the list. Monster Reborn could go to 1. I would like to see Monster Reborn come back to 1. Pot of Avarice as well. Maybe even Spellbook of Judgment. What else? Super Poly. If Super Poly came off the list, I think now that Norden is gone, then it wouldn't be too bad to use Super Poly. I would like to see Super Poly come back to 1. What else we have here? Wavering Eyes. Pendulum isn't really that dominant like right now, or for that matter, never again, unfortunately. So I could definitely see Wavering Eyes coming off the list, because I guess it'll try to give Pendulums that last ditch effort to do well. But as far as I'm concerned, Pendulum just isn't the deck right now, and I don't want to say it never will be, but yeah. What else for traps? Solemn Judgment can go to 1 if Strike goes to 1, and all those traps can definitely stay banned. So for limited, if they bring back Towers, I would want them to put Scout to 2. Morale Tech can go to 3. It's not doing anything. Same thing with BLS. If they want to push the new BA Link Monster, I think they'll bring the BAs off the ban list, because they just want to make money off of their new like product. So I could see Seer and Graph potentially going to 2 or 3, the same way that they promoted the Pendulum Evolution box by bringing off Joker, Pen Call, and Wisdom Eye. But I feel as though you can't really compare Pendulums to BA, because they're literally just 2 different decks that work 2 different ways. So I don't know, only time could tell. Dandelion could definitely stay at 1. Dark Arm, I don't know if that would do any damage at more than 1, but I don't know. We'd have to test that out. The same way they're testing out stupid ass Imperial Order at 1. I want that card banned again. And the same thing they were testing with Snatch Steal when it came off the list. That one godly awful format. I think Monarchs can have all their stuff back. I think with Conductor Tyranno being a card right now, you could just Book of Moon all the Tribute Summon monster, and I don't think they'd be a problem anymore. I guess Birdman, I don't know about Birdman. I feel like you could probably create potential like shenanigans at more than 1. Infernity Archfiend. Unless Firewall is dealt with, Infernity cannot go more than 1. It just can't. Dragonfly and Hornet, they can go to 3. I don't think Insectors would do anything right now. Like, I'm not saying they're bad, but like I said, I just don't think they would do anything. Dark Destroyer, if Cosmos want a shot at being like tier like 1.5 at least, then Cosmo Dark Destroyer needs to come off the list. As soon as it got destroyed, isn't that crazy? Dark Destroyer getting destroyed, the deck didn't top anymore. It just did not do well anymore at all. They should definitely just bring back Dark Destroyer. I miss Cosmos in general, because they were just a nice archetype to look at while you were contact fusing with their monsters. Luster Pendulum, same argument with Wavering Eyes. The fact that Pendulums just aren't being dominant right now, Luster Pendulum could definitely come off the list. Maybe at 2, I don't know about 3. Mathematician, I ain't too worried about that. Maxi, ban it or put it at 3. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Neospatial Grandmole, they can come off the list. Night Assailant, I'm not too sure about that. Rise Darkness Metal, not with Destrudo being a thing. Nope. Rescue Cat, I don't think that card is doing anything at all right now, so it probably could just go higher than 1. Same argument with Rescue Rabbit. Terratop, I feel like Terratop will stay limited for longer due to the fact that we are going to be getting a wind version of Mrs. Radiant, meaning Terratop would be a 1-card link for that monster. So if Konami wants to keep Terratop at 1, then it's understandable because of that particular reason. But if they put it at higher than 1, then I mean it'll be a way to promote the BA stuff again, but it's also due to the fact that they want to push the new wind version of Mrs. Radiant. Same thing with Torgai about pushing the BA monsters or the link for BA. Like, they probably just take it off the list just to do that. I'm not too knowledgeable on the Gishki stuff, so I'm not sure about that. Like I said, bring back the Necross. Same thing with Ritual Beast. Just bring all this stuff off the list. Like, this is just so much. It's like when you're deleting old files and you have them all clustered in your recycle bin, and you know that they're just sitting in the recycle bin, but you're just like, I'll erase everything at a later time. Like, just clean out the recycle bin. Like, you're harvesting all this unnecessary space for what? For nothing. Like, just empty that shit already. So this is definitely the viewpoint I'm taking with this ban list. Like, there's just so many dead files in this like recycle bin that Konami can just get rid of. So yeah, Brio, it's not doing anything. Like, these are just cards that just aren't doing anything, or I feel as though they just won't do anything. So Brio can definitely come off the list. I feel like with Dularan and Master Boy, nah fam, you gotta stay on the list. Gnister could probably come off the list. Trishula come off the list. TJ Hybrid Librarian maybe. Beatrice, like I said, to promote the BAs. Boogamoo could go to 3. It's not really the card of choice to be running anyway. What else we got here? These all cards. Draco Face Off, Ultra Fusion, those can get off the list. E-Tug can get off the list. Future could even go off the list potentially. What else? Pantheism, like I said, give Monarchs their stuff back. Regeki stays at 1. I don't even know why I bothered to acknowledge that. Rhoda, I want Rhoda back at 3. That would be a card to start using again in warrior decks. Sacrifice, same thing with Scout. Skill Charge can stay at 1. Grass looks greener. I personally don't know, because a part of me misses 60 card decks like Infernoids and ABCs, but I feel like they were just so like, it was just so disturbing that you could just gain so much advantage off of just activate this card, mill a deck. Like, so I'm 50-50 on if Grass should come off the list or not. Stormforth will probably be the only Monarch card I would want to keep limited, and Upstart, same thing with Maxi. Put it at 0 or put it at 3. Bottomless, I feel, could go to 2. Compulse could go to 3, because I don't see these cards making an impact in the future meta at all. Like, these are just cards that just aren't good anymore. Like, Imperial Order needs to be banned again because that card is ridiculous at 1. Solemn Warning stays at 1. Skill Dream stay at 1. So I think Toronto could probably stay at 1, or I think they have it at 3 in OCG. I'm not too sure, but whatever OCG has it at, we should have it. Now for the semi-limits, stay at 2, maybe go to 3. Debris Dragon also could be potentially good link fodder once we get other link monsters that could probably abuse Debris Dragon, so something to think about. Honest, probably just keep it at 2. Necroface, same. I don't think anyone's using Summoner Monk shenanigans like that, so I think Summoner Monk could go to 3. Same thing with Thunder King Ryo, same thing with Wind Up Magician. I'm not gonna go really over like the Dracos or the Zoos or the Dinos or things of that nature. That'll be another video. This is just stuff that I want off the list, and Rat Pier is definitely not something I want off the list. I don't really know too much about Chainburn related cards, so I'll just keep them wherever they're at right now. Charge Light Brigade, I would love to see Lifesworns become meta again, so I think Charge at 3 is something I would love to see. Dark Hole could stay at 2. Dragon Ravine, I guess in order to keep in check the Destrudo combos with ABC, they would keep Dragon Ravine at 2. Kaiju Slumber could probably stay at 2, maybe go to 3, and Ceasefire Geometry, those guys could stay at 2. So those are all the cards that I would like to see off the list. Like I said, it's literally just you take your recycle bin, you look through it one last time, you keep anything you want to keep, and you just erase everything else. So with that being said, that's the video for today. Let me know what you guys would like to see come off the list. I will definitely be doing a video of what I want to see put on the list, so stay tuned for that. This is Danny signing out, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.